Yeah, so then those of you who already have refuge practice, refresh them. On the basis of that, then generate altruistic motivation in order to make this very session most meaningful by dedicating the rest of the entire existence, in particular, entire rest of life. And yes, of course, this very session will be most beneficial for numberless sentient beings, temporary happiness, ultimate happiness, enlightenment. And those of you, if you haven't taken refuge yet, you simply acknowledge your innate nature as a Buddha nature and have a full confidence in that Buddha potential by taking refuge to that, then will result into the resultant Buddha Dhamma Sangha within when one fully awakened through the cultivations of the heart and grounds. And after that, make salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, where the lineage of the Dharma comes from. And then salutation to lineage Gurus, who is the nearest channeling of all the blessings of the Buddhas and the deities into one's cultivation. Sanje Judan Gudi Judan Janju Baru Dani Jansuchi Dani Jese Sonami Dola Benje Sanje Rupai Sho Sanje Judan Gudi Judan Janju Baru Dani Jansuchi Dani Jese Sonami Dola Benje Sanje Rupai Sho Sanje Judan Gudi Judan Janju Baru Dani Jansuchi Dani Jese Niebe Sonamati Dola Benje Sanje Rupai Kambiye dozene zone davalım de bambecire zambecine dönze be bodam de macanze Oni nice zolo jube lama zece zece Chana be modende jazovan zovan de zovan yüzinge Then maybe we can recite Shakyamuni Buddha's name mantra about 7 rounds, and try to calm one's body and mind, and try to settle in the present moment, where physically and mentally have the conducive basis to be able to hear the Dhamma and understand the meaning, and then able to digest as an instruction, and that also serve as a basis to actualize path, the Dhamma as a path. Then that path will bring about result of realization, including of the state of full enlightenment. So while reciting, simply place one's single body focus, chanting. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So tonight the subject, introduction to Ngondro, preliminary practice. The literal meaning of Ngondro, there are two letters, Ngondro. One very much referring to before. Do means go, or actualize, or happened. Practice that to go before the actual practice of the path, or the practice that has to done before engaging into the actual part of the practice. So first of all, why Ngondro is necessary? Why Ngondro is important to practice, and why Ngondro have to go before the actual practice. The main purpose of the Ngondro or the preliminary practice is to make the main body practice to become genuine Dharma practice, genuine path that which will lead liberation and enlightenment. Without having the Ngondro, or without getting done the Ngondro before the actual practice, or without having the Ngondro element in our main body practice, the main body practice of the Dharma can be sidetracked, or can be encounter obstacles, flaws, leakage by becoming worldly Dharma, by becoming virtue that is not necessarily able to serve as causes and conditions to actualize liberation and enlightenment. So the Ngondro is very much seal that block the leakage, Dharma practice becoming worldly Dharma, Dharma practice becoming cause of samsara instead of becoming cause of liberation, enlightenment. The Ngondro will guard the main body practice of the Dharma to be pure practice of the Dharma, which containing all the elements of becoming Dharma, which the elements such as renunciation, which will make sure the Dharma practice become path, genuine spiritual path, which is result will be liberation, enlightenment. Then the element or the characteristic that adorning with the attitude, like such as genuine sense of love, compassion, such as bodhicitta, which will cause all the method aspect of spiritual realizations. Then the element or the characteristic which will make sure the Dharma practice has the wisdom element of the path, which will result cessations from limitations of delusions, limitations of karma, limitations of delusions, limitations of obscurations, and which will result in liberations and enlightenment. So when you have the element of Ngondro, then any form of Dharma practices that you engage will have these characteristics, which will have a protection from contaminations such as worldly motivations, contaminations of worldly purposes, contaminations of negative negative influence, the truths of the Dharma, protecting the truths of the Dharma being misused for the worldly concerns. So the Ngöndro practice played that role. So what is the main body practice? So there's a common main body practice and uncommon main body practice. The common main body practice is the the practice of the renunciation, that which taught from the small capable beings path and middle capable beings path. So that is the common to small capable being, middle capable being, high capable being, even for those who practice the tantric practices. Even the one's objective may be tantric practice, but then even the small capable beings, the renunciation to be foundation, to build, to have quality, renunciations that which presented from the middle capable beings path. Then on top of that, the renunciation that presented from the higher capable beings, the Maya Sutra, teaching point of view. So that is the main body practice to make your spiritual practice become a genuine path to liberation, whether it's a liberation from liberation that introduced from small capable beings path, or the middle capable beings path, or the high capable beings path. So renunciation, defines whether that spiritual practice become path or not. So the Ngondro practice will help to qualify it. Our spiritual practice will adorn or have the element of the genuine renunciation. Then Ngondro practice, then the uncommon main body practice, which is uncommon to the uncommon among the three yanas, but then common within the Tantra and Sutra. So that is the great renunciation, the practice of great renunciation, the renunciation that which develop on the basis of great compassion. So again, the Ngondro practice will make sure that renunciation is a quality, genuine, pure, the great renunciation. Then also the Ngondro practice served as the guard, or serve as the element to make the uncommon the main body practice, which is the generation and completion stages of the tantric path, to make sure that it becomes a genuine, path to genuine path to enlightenment. So the Ngondro practice will qualify that. So so main body path or the practice very much defined from the quality of renunciation. So that bring about different level of main body practice. For the simple capable being, the initial renunciation as a main body practice. Then for the middle capable being, then the middle capable being's renunciation as a main path. And then a higher capable being as in a sutra practice, then the renunciation that which introduced by great compassion. Then the tantra, very much which on the basis of that the renunciation that served from the Mahayanic Sutrayana path, it carries the most secret and the supreme element of the path, which is the generation and completion stage of the tantric path. So these are the main body practice. Then, when it comes to Ngöndro, or the preliminary practice, again, it divides. It has a few different categories: the common Ngöndro, common preliminary practices, and uncommon preliminary practices. So the common preliminary practices are the teachings and the practice on the three principal aspects of the path. So this common between Sutrayana and Tantrayana. The preliminary, the practice which serve as a common preparatory or preliminary supplements, or the preliminary causes or conditions for the Sutrayana practice and Tantrayana practice. Again, this common preliminary practice also serve common within the sutric path of practices, like such as the teachings of the three vika, and the teachings of the three yanas, such as the Savaka yana, Patyaka yana, and Mahayana. If this the common preliminary to be more, elaborated, slightly more detailed and slightly more practical level, very much which serve as the foundation to express the quality, the practice of three principal aspects of the path: the renunciation, compassion, and wisdom. For Mahayana, and renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness. For the common one is renunciation, compassion, and wisdom. So you define like that. So So these three physical aspects of path, to express more more detail, then it comes in the so you can categorize into 4 or 5. So the first one is the preliminary teaching, preliminary cultivation, preliminary practice on precious human rebirth. The second one is the impermanent, impermanent, dead and impermanent, the teaching and practice on teaching and cultivation of that practice on dead and impermanent. Then the third one is the karmic law, cause and effect. Then the fourth one is the understanding the seeing limitations of the overall samsara, seeing limitations of overall samsara. So if you categorize into 4, then these are the 4. If you categorize into 5, then impermanent and the death, you can reflect on the general impermanent, the nature impermanent. Then slightly more subtle level, then you learn and meditate or practice the teachings in impermanent in relation to life and death. So now, like that. Then the uncommon Ngondro. Now uncommon here, not uncommon within the sutric practice or the 3 yanas. Here the uncommon is within the 2 schools of the Mahayana, Mahayana Sutrayana and Mahayana Tantrayana. So this is uncommon to the Tantrayana. So this is called the uncommon preliminary or Ngondro practice. So for that, then the practice of refuge, practice of purification, Vajrasattva, practice of accumulation of merit, mandala offering, practice of driving blessing, the Guru Yoga practice, so like that. So now if you want to interpret more detail, then for the common Ngondro, by reflecting on the preciousness of the life that we have, precious human rebirth, which is endowed with 8 freedoms and 10 endowments. So in short, very much the life that each and every one of us we have entirety of the conducive conditions to practice Dharma, actualize realization on the stages of the path, and including, have the capability and have the environment to achieve enlightenment within this one very short lifetime. We also have all the freedoms, all the freedoms to do so, from in relation to internal freedom, external freedoms. Without doubt that we understand the value of the Dharma. We also have quite a degree of understanding limitations of the flow of samsara, limitations of the other's power, like karma and delusion in our life. Then we also have certain degree of experience of applying the Dharma wisdom in our day-to-day life, whether to do the wisdom aspect of the path or attitude aspect of the teaching, by using them, in our day-to-day life. Clearly, very obviously, it has a great benefit, it really caused great protection, great liberation in our day-to-day life by overcoming those challenges. And not only that, we have this undoubtable belief and trust. The liberation is definitely there. Enlightenment is definitely there. It's not just empty word. We witness living examples even in our lifetime from those our gurus, those even individual lay practitioners among us, living among us, who really show the sign of liberation and enlightenment. Who really show the sign of how Dharma is helping them not only overcome the present, emotional and environmental challenges, but also, able to overcome more subtle level of obstacles such as like delusions and karma, and manifesting the outcome. Presenting a lot of amazing signs, during their passing away, during their lifetime, and even during their passing away. Then even reincarnating amazing lives to continue their practice. So there are so many proof that we saw even within our very small circle of life environment, that Dharma wisdom and Dharma attitude are truth and beneficial, and definitely, as propounded by Buddha, there is a result, there's enlightenment, liberation, and definitely there is. So, and also, physically, there are so many advantages that we can take to accumulate merit and bring up purification through physical engagement in Dharma practices, verbal engagement in Dharma practices, mental engagement in Dharma practices, by such as directly antidote to purify those negative karma committed by our body. So such as by doing prostrations, and circumambulations, and taking, vows, like such as individual liberation vows, and many of the individual liberation vows directly antidote to those karma that are committed, through our body. And there's a lot of restriction in relation to our body. In particularly, if you refer to the Sangha vows, there are a lot of physical restrictions, committing negative karma and antidoting to purify those past karma committed. So each and every one of us, our physical body is intact, even though not everybody has the environment to, take Sangha vows, but definitely there's a full environment to take refuge vow, refuge precept, and 5 lay vows, which each and every one of us, ready to practice that. Observe 10 virtues, abstain from 10 non-virtues, by taking refuge precepts, and by taking 5 lay vow precepts, or even just 1 lay vow precepts. There's so much antidotes that we can actualize, that which directly antidote to our physical negativities, to purify those negativities accumulated physically, like such as all those 3 vows in relation to the 10 virtues. 3 of the body, directly antidote to karma that committed to our body, and directly antidote to protect our physical body to commit, negative karma, that which is cause for the future sufferings. And then 4 of the speech, directly antidote to purify those karma committed through our speech and protect our speech to, create causes of the future suffering. And 3 of the heart, to purify those karma committed through our intention. And protect, our mind to commit more negative karma, which each and every one of us have that capability, mentally, physically, verbally, and we also live in the free environment, even externally. We have total conducive environment to cultivate those precepts, such as if you don't want to kill, if you don't want to even indirectly cause any life of sentient being, you have a full freedom, full environment, and it is so beneficial. Like in the form of food, we can choose to eat vegetarian food, not just not just abstaining from committing, direct karma of killing human, but also abstain from, direct cause of karma of killing animals. And not only that, even you abstain from committing indirect karma, so even one person observe a vegetarian, numberless sentient beings' life becomes safer, numberless animals' life becomes safer, you see. So all this freedom we have. Then we have full choice not to lie, not to steal, not to indulge in sexual misconduct, not to get into intoxications, etc. And not only that, we have full choice to not to get angry, and we have full choice, full freedom to not to have an attachment grasping, and also we have a full environment not to lead a life under the guidance of ignorant. So you see, so just need to be mindful only. Only lacking is mindfulness. Otherwise, nothing is objecting us to practice them. So like that, you see. So in short, when you meditate, when you understand and be mindful of the preciousness of precious human life, then you will come to a point that I can practice Dharma. I have a full freedom to practice Dharma. I have full conducive conditions to practice Dharma. I can practice Dharma. I can practice not only partial Dharma, but complete Dharma. I can practice artistic Dharma. Not only that, I can even practice the sweetest path. I can get liberated. Not only that, I can be liberated not only for my own benefit, I can be liberated for the benefit of the rest of the numberless sentient beings' well-being. Not only get liberated for the benefit of numberless sentient beings' well-being, after taking 3 countless eons of life, I can, liberated, achieving the highest level of liberation or full enlightenment within this very lifetime, within this very push. If one's diligence is managed, one's mindfulness is managed, one's wisdom can manage within this very cushion. You have full freedom, full condition to get enlightened. You see, so when you think about the preciousness of the human rebirth, the freedoms and the conducive conditions, we are born where Buddha Dharma is still fully intact. not only that, our life exists in the time where complete Buddha Dharma is intact. Not only Sutra, even Tantra. There are so many, most of the Buddhas returning, most of the other Buddhas returning in the southern world have no Tantra, no revealing of Tantra, only Sutra. So during the period of Shakyamuni Buddha, which is our period, we have a complete Dharma, Sutra and Tantra. That much conducive. You see, that much fortune we have. Not only that, we have the Buddha's Nirmanakaya form of enlightened being who's serving as a human guru to us, who directly being kind in 3 ways and 3 times. There's no more fortunate time than that. There's a guru, there's a Buddha, who there's a Buddha who made an aspiration while he was training on the path to have connection with us. And we too, from beginningless lifetime, that we too made aspiration and accumulated causes and put into an environment that we have this interdependent conducive condition of merit to be able to meet living Buddha in ordinary human guru form and being offering kindness in 3 ways: giving commentary, giving precepts, and giving initiations. Being kind in these 3 ways. What do you need more than that? This is complete. This is a complete blessing, complete teaching, complete transmission for oneself to actualize full enlightenment within this very cushion. If you want, only lacking is limitations of our own mindfulness, limitations of our own diligence, limitations of our own consistency. From Buddha's side, have done everything for us, even manifesting into someone who can, sit same level, can have tea together, can have a conversation, normal conversation. That much kindness, that much selfless, that much compassion, that much skillfulness to came up to our level of it. Unbelievable. You see. So therefore, so you see, so these are the reasons to feel the preciousness of this human rebirth. You see, we are at the time compassionate Buddha in human flesh. Using human voice, human language, our language, to bring direct transmission, not even, through other ways. We are very much, we are so fortunate that we are in fact having a direct transmissional lineage from enlightened Buddha. You see, when we think of the great Lama Atisha's story, great Lama Atisha, who was named as the crown jewel of Nalanda, crown jewel of the Nalanda Pandits. He, in India, when he was in Nalanda, he already had 506 gurus. Now, he even had the root gurus from whom he received all the transmissions of the Tantra, transmissions of the Sutra. He received the transmissions of both the lineage of the Bodhicitta, most profound path of the both, altruistic wisdom and altruistic attitude, both lineages, the seven cause and effect, and four-point exchanging, the Bodhicitta lineage, from his root guru, then the Maitri Yogi and Dharmarakshita, from his true guru. So he already have all the teaching lineage, but why he had to risk his life and travel all the way to Indonesia, Sumatra, to meet the number 507 guru, Lama Silingma. It took 12 months to the journey. And so much of encounters of obstacles, human, non-human, element of obstacles. And it is, even after he arrived in Sumatra, there's not an easy access to this this guru, because he was surrounded by thousands of panditas, great scholars. He's the supreme abbot, So then he remained there to get trained for 12 years. And then he returned to India. Then he traveled to Tibet, and all this amazing, the practice of this Ngondro that we are talking about, all these main body practices, like such as the teaching, the practice on three King's path, three principal aspects of the path, Sutra and Tantra, this celebrating, the Tibetan Buddhism is very much by the result of, Adisha's, Adisha's effort. One of the main reasons he's traveled there is to receive the direct lineage, not interrupted lineage, direct lineage of the Dharma. So even then, for him, he received from Silingma, even though Silingma received directly from Maitreya, still there's one guru in the middle. Like for us, directly from the compassionate living Buddha, receiving directly, it's almost like we are even one step ahead than the Adisha, from the point of view of how fortunate we are in that position. Unbelievable. You see. So now from here, now you see, you see how this Ngondro practice impacting, our practice now. If you really get the point, or if not, then we need to practice this Ngondro more. Now you will find that if I don't grab the full advantage of, actualizing the full benefit of Dharma, which is even becoming enlightenment now, then when I'm going to do? While I'm having all these inner and outer conducive conditions and freedom, if I don't take the advantage to practice wholeheartedly, purely, and making sure that I actualize the result, and not just higher rebirth, not just another round of human and gods, not just self-liberation, the nirvana peace for yourself, but full enlightenment, which is dedicating for the benefit of the rest of the numberless sentient beings' enlightenment. That also I want to do right now, within this very lifetime. You see, so this inspiration, this this courage, this confidence, this meaning will be result out of practicing this Ngondro, the Ngondro, the common Ngondro, the teaching on precious human rebirth. all the flows that we have up to now in relation to Dhamma practice, why we didn't enlighten until now, why we didn't enlighten even in this very lifetime. Well, we have all these conducive conditions. We don't talk about past life, this life, having all this environment, but why I'm still here? Or maybe most of you are disguising, just pretending to be ordinary human being, but all enlightened. But one thing for sure about myself is ordinary of the ordinariness. You see, so worse than that, why I'm still, why my life is very much mainly managed by delusion, even after I have all this Dharma, truths, wisdom, and attitudes, all the blessings, all the transmissions, all the explanations, all the initiations, all the inspirations, living inspiration like this on that, living inspiration there, on that. But still, most of my day is guided by ignorance, guided by delusions like attachment, grasping, aversion, ego, jealousy, or depression. Thinking so small about yourself, thinking worthless about yourself, because of not remembering the precious humility, not remembering that. It's so clear. Why even Dharma practitioners go into depression? Because you didn't do Ngondro. The straightforward answer is you didn't do Ngondro. Why there are tantric retreaters go into depression? Even after receive Kalachakra, high Sukha Tantra, when it's still, crazy, go crazy. There are people like that. Oh no, what's happening? It's completely traumatized. There are also people. Why? Because you try to high jump, no foundation. Why there are Mahayanic Sutra and a practitioner give up bodhicitta, give up concern for all sentient beings, give up being in the service of others. Say, better I take care of myself first. Why? Because of no Ngondro. You see, even though you found the most profound Dharma, but didn't manage to sustain because of no foundation set properly. Also very much young cute like that. You see? Then even for those who are aspiring nirvana, they say, oh, nirvana is far away. I rather enjoy Queensland Beach, Brisbane Beach, Sunshine Coast Beach, wherever, plenty, isn't it? I mean, it's okay to enjoy the beach, there's no problem. You can enlighten that. But I'm saying about the samsara way, so giving up even the genuine sense of, lively renunciation in our heart, and in many cases, even as, forget about concern of future lifetime, we are completely stuck into the whole of this life. Just completely occupied our emotion, our body, our speech, just to manage this life, purposes, just to manage this life purposes. There's no any other space to prepare for future lifetime's benefit. No question about liberation. We very much spend most of the time like that. At least I do like that. So why? Because of no Ngondro. See, but if you really have this genuine understanding of precious human life, then there's no such leakage would be there. You see, so like that. So now, so by remembering, by reflecting on the precious human rebirth, you will gain full potential to achieve all the Dharma benefit, all the spiritual benefit. Then second one, reflecting on impermanent and death. So even though, yes, I obtain all this preciousness, endowments and freedoms, but nature of my life lies in the impermanent. Death is certain, time of death is uncertain. As long as you are born, death is certain. You see? So by reflecting on the death and impermanent, then it will lead our focus to pay focus right now in this very present moment. Because that's this very present moment of having life, that you can also have a confidence to accept that I'm living. You know, no one has confidence. No one can signature that definitely I'm going to live after the next moment. Even you ask this question to Buddha will keep quiet. He won't say anything. You know, the only answer will be uncertain. You see, so therefore, remembering death and impermanent, it will, boost our mindfulness and give us this, wisdom of diligence and the joyous effort to be consistent, starting from the present time to practice the Dharma. Will not wait to practice tomorrow. Will not wait until you gather all the material resources. You will not wait until all your children grow up. You will not wait to practice fully Dharma until won't wait until you become Sangha or until you find cave, or until you receive an order from your guru or anyone else. They're asking you to go to, should go and practice now. You see, so the voice of the reminder has to come from within, and that is the voice of the impermanent and death. You see, there are so many examples. We cannot have any excuses that one will not die next moment. If you think you're healthy, there are so many healthier people died before themselves. If our excuses is that I'm still young, there's so many younger people died before much younger than your age. It is because we are in Australia, a very safe place. There's people die in a much more safer place. We think that that I am a Dharma practitioner. I always pray to White Tara. No, that's all our late masters. They all practice long life deity. None of them in the old history. Because the nature of the life and the body, as long as you're born in the human realm, you have to pass away. It's just a matter of time. If you think that you have all the supplements from chemist warehouse, there's so many people who just eat all the supplement. They also, people die. They have all the supplement, maybe more than their normal food, but also died. Many like that, See? So anyway, so therefore, there's no excuses. Some people may think, in my family, we have a gene of, most of us will live up to 100, but then there are surprises comes. It's so individual. It's not about the collective gene. You see, there's some people, some family, they have no trace of any surprising diseases in their family history, but then suddenly that person have that kind of diseases and suddenly pass away. So they are like that, you see. So therefore, on the basis of the wisdom or on the basis of the teaching, the death is certain, time of death is uncertain, and also reflecting on all the the reality that happened around our world with other people, and if you really seriously, if you contemplate on that, then nothing will stop you practice right now, and also the practice will be really genuine practice, pure Dharma practice. There won't be any limitations in your practice. Whatever amount of practice, whatever kind of your practice may be, whether your ultimate goal is just higher rebirth, whether your ultimate goal is liberation, whether your ultimate goal is enlightenment, whether your practice is tantra, whatever it is, the knowledge and the practice of reflecting on death and impermanence will make sure your practice is pure Dharma, and that also happening right now, like that. You see. So then, karmic law, cause and effect. So the third one is karmic law, cause and effect. Nothing is coincident, or nothing happened without any reasons. And the reason is interdependent arising. The reason is about cause and effect. In order to, whatever experience that has to have its cause, that which is similar to that, and also need to have a complete cause. So therefore, and also the fact is, all the negative karma only bring flaws and sufferings, limitations. All the positive karma will bring beneficial, peaceful benefit. And dharma virtuous karma, spiritual virtuous karma, that bring the result of genuine happiness, genuine liberation, including enlightenment. You see, so therefore, if we don't practice only dharma, and if we don't practice dharma, then even if we live general virtuous life, still cause of samsara, means still cause of suffering, pervasive compounded suffering. Even though those of the virtuous act, like such as making charity, being patient, and being kind, all this beautiful, and observing like ethics, moral ethics. But if all this virtue is not infused by genuinely, if not infused by renunciation, seeing limitation of karma, delusion, and samsara, and all this virtue also cause of samsara. You see, all this form of accumulation of karma will result samsaric result, even though it's better than suffering of pain and suffering of change, and the result can be pleasurable result, like in human realm, or the God realm, demigod realm, but ultimately it is contaminated aggregates, contaminated experience. It is still in others' power, karma and delusion, and it is suffering. It included within the pervasive compounded suffering. It is samsara. So by living in that samsara, you continue to commit karma. In other words, living in that ignorant, just being ignorant alone, committing karma to continue to actualize the circle of life within the 6 realms. You see, so we need to accumulate karma that which can be caused out of these 6 realms, which has to be not influenced by the karma and delusion, not influenced by ignorance. It has to be influenced by wisdom. You see, so that is the influence of renunciation. Having the wisdom of seeing limitations of karma, delusion, and samsara, now you do charity. Now you practice patience. Now you practice kindness. Now you observe ethics. Now that virtue is called dharma virtue. And that virtue not only will give us all the pleasurable experiences, even while we take life in human and God and demigod, but it also will result genuine happiness. It will result genuine happiness, like the happiness of liberation, the happiness of nirvana. You see, and those virtues are, if you infuse by the wisdom of altruism and the attitude of altruism, like bodhicitta motivation, if you whatever form, this practice of kindness, moral ethic and social service, all activities, if you infuse by altruistic motivation, bodhicitta motivation, or if you dedicate in bodhicitta and seal with the emptiness, the wisdom of altruistic, seal with the altruistic wisdom of emptiness, then this virtue, even though the actions are same, but because of the power of the motivation and dedication, this virtue will result in enlightenment. Like that, you see. So now, so whatever virtue, whatever discipline in the virtuous practice that we want to engage now, on the basis of understanding of the limitations of the karma and delusion and samsara, will make sure that whatever practice you do now become only dharma practice. So in other words, whatever you do, whatever action you commit through your body, speech, and mind, become only dharma. So you come to a point, not only practice dharma now, but you will practice only dharma. You will only practice dharma. See, so not only seeing capability of practice dharma, you will practice dharma now. Not only practicing dharma now, but you will practice only dharma. So these three things, by the result of these three Ngondro, these common Ngondro practices. Yeah. Then the fourth one, the seeing the limitations of samsara, will even boost, whatever practice of dharma practice you are doing now. Best you will able to, minimum you will make sure that dharma practice you are doing is dedicating beyond the existence of 6 realms. So you will naturally upgrade your practice from small scope to the middle scopes practice, because of reflecting on the limitation of samsara. Not just reflecting the limitation of 3 lower realms. So this is the benefit of the fourth Ngondro. Then those who already introduce the Mahayanic Dharma, the artistic Dharma, then whatever virtue you perform now, you will make sure that you perform the Dharma or the virtue for the cause of enlightenment, full enlightenment. So this is the benefit. Then if you are practicing Tantra, then you will make sure that the whatever practice you do now, the practice that which even cause enlightenment within one very lifetime, this very lifetime. See, so so based on the familiarity of your practice, the renunciation will be defined. What kind of renunciation that you engage you'll be what kind what's it? What level of quality of the renunciation that which will initiate to make your practice of the Dharma become, you see. So by reflecting on the limitation of the samsara, fourth Ngondro, minimum you will initiate the middle capable beings renunciation. Then slightly greater than that, the higher capable beings renunciation, and more than that, then it becomes one of the most powerful, the greatest form of renunciation, that which you renounce entirety of limitation from even all the rest of the other yanas in order for you to achieve the ultimate benefit of sentient being, as soon as possible. So these are the four common Ngondros. In another word, you also call the four ways to turn your worldly mind to the Dharma. There may be a better word to say that. Four ways to turn your worldly lifestyle, worldly mind to the Dharma. So, four ways to shift your directions of your spiritual practice to the purest form of practice of the Dharma, like that. Okay, so you got the point? Okay, so we have to be very clear about this. And now this Ngondro, this common Ngondro, always need to take as a preliminary to all our meditations, to all our learnings, to all our contemplations, and to all our meditations, into all our retreats. So, so this year we're going to do the retreat of Refuge, the uncommon Ngondro. So, even for the Refuge practice, this four common Ngondro has to be preliminary. So, every day or every time when you go into session, you readjust your system of your spiritual mind from this forward. Then after that, when you practice Refuge, it becomes purest, most perfect Dharma practice. Then, even for other practices of Dharma, like such as if you're doing Langri retreat, so these four models is to be initiated to make your Langri retreat become a solid, Dharma practice, Dharma path. If you're doing Lojong retreats, Tonglen retreats, Bodhicitta retreats, emptiness retreats, any form of other, preliminary. There are 12 different kind of preliminaries, like prostration retreat, waterfall retreat, or any form of deity yoga retreat, Tara retreat, medicine Buddha retreat, even any form of puja that you do, medicine Buddha puja, Tara puja, Guru puja, and also for your daily sadhana practice, on this four model, in order to make your sadhana practice become solid, pure Dharma path, to accumulate purest and most complete accumulations of path to enlightenment. Without the sealing of this four Ngondro, the daily yoga practice may have so many leakage, either in the motivation, either in the visualization, either in dedication, or either in whatever form of actual practices that line up in the sadhana. This four Ngondro also, has to be initiated practice for our guru devotion practice, guru yoga practice. So if you practice guru devotion, guru yoga, the relationship with your guru, through thoughts and action, with this four Ngondro, then there won't be any flaws, there won't be any leakage. You will serve the complete path to enlightenment. Every action related to your guru, whether it comes in thought, speech, physically, everything becomes pure Dharma. Otherwise, there's a danger of attachment to your guru. Otherwise, there's a danger of self-ambitions. There's a danger of seeing limitation in the guru. All the flows that happen in relation to guru-disciple relationship, because there's no intact preparatory practice, preliminary practice. Because of that, you see, we have this impatient or complaint when we do certain practices, or let's say puja, certain puja. You say, this puja didn't fulfill my wish. Or this particular meditation or practice I've been practicing for my health, for my loved one's health, like medicine Buddha, didn't work. All these flow minds comes because of leakage in the practice, because of there's no sealing of the four Ngondros, because of that. Otherwise, you will have a clear wisdom. You have a clear mind, clear attitude to understand the only benefit of the practice, like that. You see? So then, similar goes to retreat. Even after done retreat, and you don't feel there's a sense of great benefit out of it, because of there's a leakage. Or just in a normal, our life, we met the Dharma for 40 years, 50 years, 20 years, 10 years. You still find that you are nowhere. You haven't reached any levels of development in the practice. You see, the blame is not goes to the Dharma, not goes to the teacher. The blame goes to the leakage that you didn't seal properly. You didn't seal it by these four Ngondros. Even like philosophy study, without the sealing of this four Ngondro, philosophy study is just like a like the American politicians, argue each other. It becomes just like that. Sorry, but there are also many good ones, but we have argue meaningless and just blaming each other, like proving each other wrong. So even Dharma philosophy study, all the debates, without sealing of this four Ngondro, that's it. It becomes only sole cause of samsara. You see, so even becoming sangha, if we didn't seal with this four Ngondro, just wearing this yellow robe, wearing this robes of the Buddha, but inside still continue to accumulate samsara. No meaning. You see. Then even you go to you become meditator without the four Ngondro sealing, you go to accumulate samsara in the cave. You go to retreat. Same. You here we do courses. We pay money and sacrifice so much of your time from your day-to-day responsibility, go for retreat. You are in the name of retreat. You may be chanting mantras, you may be chanting sutras, your body may be there, but without sitting with this four mantra, the retreat, the benefit is so little. Most of the time accumulating causes of samsara again. You see, so that's why you see it's unbelievable important. Ngondro, see, Ngondro is more important than the actual practice. The preliminary practice is more important than the actual practice. The quality of actual practice will be defined by the quality of Ngondro. See, there are so many individuals went for so many initiations, and he's still asking, how to practice sadhana. They say, I don't know what is my commitment. I received initiation last year and this year asking, I don't know what is my commitment. I still don't know how to practice sadhana. It's because of leakage, because of this, no four Ngondros are there, because of that. Because of that. You see? So like this. So it's so important. So now, so whatever I point out, just an example, so you can, relate to many logics, reasonings, life experience in relation to precious human rebirth, in relation to impermanent, in relation to karma, in relation to the understanding of samsara. Then you try to make sure that yourself well prepared and fully matured in practice of Dharma. So we should do that. So then, so therefore, so this, throughout this year, one whole year, when you practice refuge, always have to remember these four Ngondros are present, and introduce the recitation of accumulations of 100,000, 110,000 of refuge prayer with the infusing of this four Ngondro. Even one time, one recitation of the four line of the refuge prayer will be complete cause for your full enlightenment. Cause of your happiness, even now, cause of happiness for future lifetimes, from temporary happiness up to the ultimate happiness, enlightenment. So can you imagine the 110,000 of accumulations of the refuge, how meaningful it's going to be. One every day, and now tomorrow we will talk about it, the discipline. So every day, at least you'll be reminded by these four Ngondros. Can you imagine you accumulate 65 days? The imprint repeatedly every day. You'll be what your sadhana. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. You're going to boost your practice, your realizations. Like that. So then, so briefly to talk about the four uncommon Ngondro. These four uncommon, the common Ngondro and uncommon Ngondro, to lead to, I already said in the beginning, when you engage in all the four, common and uncommon Ngondro, your ultimate goal is to practice high Sukhi Tantra. If your ultimate goal is to practice high Sukhi Tantra, mother Tantra, then there will be even one more layer of Ngondro again, which is one of the father Tantra initiation. That will be the common, uncommon. Then maybe we should label as in the most uncommon Ngondro. But if you are practicing father Tantra, then no need. no need that layer, So, so the of course individual, who are joining this retreat, the Ngondro retreat, you may already have your main meditation deities, but if in case don't have, then from my side, my motivation is lead to a Mata Tantra, to lead to the Vajrayogini practice. And I have a reason for that. One of the main reasons is we are in the desire realm. Even from the realm, even from the world environment, the desire is the strongest and heaviest negative emotion that we have, the greatest obstacle for our liberation. So Vajrayogini is the direct antidote to desire. So that's one of the reasons. Second reason is we are in the worst time in the existence in one way, even though we talk so much about precious river. Now, if we talk about the other side, the contrast, we are in the most destructive period, material distractions, sensual distractions, emotional distractions, whether to environment, whether to with environment with the nature, environment with people, and also the environment of the way how our emotions are very much aligned with, because of the time, because of the five degenerate time, and on top of that, the materially degenerate time now, so one of the most distraction is out there, and because of that, our concentration limit, focus limit is so small. Our focus is so little, so small. Our concentration span is so small. You see, and it will get worse from next moment onward. It's already very, 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 very critical like that. So therefore, comparing all the meditational deities, the Vajrayogini has the simplest mandala, because when we do the extensive sadhana, we need to do the meditation of mandala, detailed meditation of mandala. So it's simple, just a triangle, simple mandala. Even the shortest focus span also can do very clearly, Then, so the rest of the other mandalas are, color-wise so complicated. The art, the different characters is so extensive. Of course, if people manage to do, well done. But for me, it's wow. It's really, really my concentration span, my focus is the poorest. So very hard. So then, when it comes to the physical body, when you relate to other meditation deity, even the color may be just blue, but the blue also have a shading. So every single detail has to be meditated on. Even when you look at the eyes, have a shading, from red to white. Even the blue here, the dark blue, then another shading like that, etc., etc. Then the implements, there's so many different implements, so many different, even the physical expressions. When it comes to Vajrayogini, it's one color. The whole thing is red. There's no even no even shading there. You see, and especially most of the practitioners, today is quite good. A lot of guys are here, but most of the time I see more female, more ladies. Okay, yeah, more ladies are there. So especially for ladies, it's so easy to visualize. When you do the self-generations of the deity, because one of the main practice, to do self-generation, front generation, body mandala. So it's so easy, comparing. It's one of the easiest. Then the most simple implement. Then when it comes to yoga, most of deity has so many different forms of yogas, extensive yogas. Vajrayogini, simplest yoga, just 11 yogas. Then those of 11 yogas is 11 activities normally we perform. Wake up, Now become wake-up yoga. Tasting nectar, sleeping, etc., etc. There's a few insertions which is already mentioned before. So easy to do that, like such as sound generation, plant generation, etc. Otherwise, the practice as an implement of turning every normal thing, ordinary thing we do into a practice. Unbelievable, you see. Then even the worst practitioner, even the most failure, the less concentrated one, less focused, break all, having all the transgressions like me, also 16 lifetime guaranteed Vajrayogini Pure Land. Can you imagine 16 lifetime? Coming down from beginning less lifetime, 16 lifetime is like that. Like that. It's like next moment like that. It's so close, so easy like that, isn't it? So it's like it's and that also doesn't matter which rebirth you take. There are certain video practice. Every time you need to have a continuous precious human rebirth, continuous either in the pure land or either in the human rebirth, continuously practicing. In Vajrayogini practice, even the rebirth interrupted by Lorilam, the 16 lifetime is also included. All of that. You see, so when you know well, it's like even this life I want to quickly like repeat 16 times as quick as possible. So anyway, so because of that, so then yeah, so those I came into this decision because for a long time been teaching. And there are, one or two, or at least myself, I devoted to myself. There's one student, that fully have to depend on me and myself. So this is my own structure. So then, so easy. For I don't know, maybe almost 15, 20 years now, focusing on Langri, basically whatever lecture, whatever teaching that discuss, all Langri, everything is Langri, even though different name you say, all Langri. So that cover the three principal aspects part, which is the common preliminary. So then I thought that is now, I think, ready to do the uncommon preliminary. Then let the individual to settle into one deity. If you have many deity, you can combine, but the focus on one deity, then very much like settle there. And there are so much practices, so much learnings there, so much initiations there, so much commentaries there, so much oral transmissions there, so much preceptive practice there, so many treatises, like such in relation to Vajrayogini, there's so many treatises, even go years after year also that you cannot finish learning, you cannot finish listening to the teaching, focus. So that's the, so there may be one or two that will be depending like that. So I felt it's a responsibility that since I choose to face to teach the Dharma, and which is also instructions of my older gurus. So therefore, I need to be responsible. So that's the way the decision came. So maybe it's a time to move into a serious Ngondro retreats. And of course, like Refuge Ngondro, you can do within 1 week if you perform serious. But I wish I purposely make it to 1 whole year. 1 whole year to do the practice. And ultimately is about purification, accumulations of merit, and this too will be fully accomplished within your system. And naturally, while doing this Ngondro, all the rest of other your practices, whether you're a scholar, whether you are retreater, whether logical practitioner, Langri practitioner, daily yoga practitioner, all your existing practice will be boosted, will be nurtured, So in one way, there's nothing to rush, and in another way, how wonderful that we can have so much time to practice. That's blessing. I would regard as a blessing, So this is the reason. So why refuge? We say to plant the seed of enlightenment, then you practice refuge. To plant the seed of enlightenment, or to prepare the seed, or to plant the seed, within our continuum, then where Ngondro refuge you practice. Now, in order for the seed to grow, you need to clear all the weeds, all the obstacles, all the limitations that past negative karma and future potentials. Then there you practice the preliminary practice of Vajrasattva, because Vajrasattva, being the embodiment of numberless Buddha's purification. Now, this seed to be, after clearing obstacles, then this seed continues to grow. You have to nurture by, like how the normal seeds nurture by water, sun, and fertilizer, etc. And that is merit. So to nurture this enlightened seed, then you gather the merit. And even though there are so many practices that you can use to accumulate merit, but mandala offering practice is the practice that our lineage use, such as like Lama Tsongkhapa. He used that mandala offering practice to accumulate merit. You see, so mandala offering practices, and mandala offering practice. If you go in detail to understand that, you can really see this is one of the most profound and best way to accumulate merit in a very simple practice. Now, in order to actualize, in order to drive the blessings of the deity, in order to drive the blessings of the Buddhas and the deity, you need to channel like the pipe to channel the nectar or the water like that from the deity to us, the nearest one, the most effective one, who already been serving as a foundations of our path and all the realizations, and who is also the very much creator of our path and our enlightenment, who is also the ultimate objective for us to be achieved, which is the Guru. So therefore, the Guru Yoga, the Ngondro or the preliminary of Guru Yoga is introduced. So this is then after that, then as I mentioned before, if you are practicing Father Tantra, then you practice like Yamantaka, Buddha Samaja, Kalachakra, etc. If you are practicing Mother Tantra, then like Hiru, Vijayogini, etc. So if you are practicing Mother Tantra, then you again have to take another step of Ngondro by taking maybe either Yamantaka or Kalachakra initiation or any other aspect of initiation. So this is the structure like that. Okay. So then, so maybe the time is over. So then tomorrow we'll discuss how to. Tomorrow we will go through more detailed explains of the teaching on refuge. Then now when you go into the session, there are some disciplines, which one way is very easy. So there's again no one need to feel that that you will there may be inconvenience to your ordinary life responsibility. There won't be any inconvenience. The shortest session you can do maybe 15 minutes or even less than that if you're supremely busy, but I don't think so. You just need to wake up slightly earlier, or you just need to reduce your coffee time, So maybe half an hour would be so wonderful, Then some people may think that, or maybe there may be a lot of prayers to recite. No, or just you can even go straight into just reciting the prayers, but with this meditation, this the common preliminary, and there are other preparatory practices like such as 6 preparatory, and there are practices like 7 limbs of practices. You can integrate very easily. You can integrate them, but you can go more elaborate by following text, or otherwise just following that refuge booklet. When you take refuge, you get that refuge booklet. Just simply follow that. That can be done. Then, whenever you feel free, in the weekend or some other days, then you can do 4 sessions, and you can do maybe short 10 sessions, or you can once a while maybe you can just take a like Saturday retreat. So very much comfortable to any kind of lifestyle that you have, and very much anybody can do. And tomorrow we will go more detail about that. Any burning questions?
Could we have a blessing before we go, just in case we don't make it back tomorrow?
Oh, no problem. No problem. So tomorrow, so I think because one of the commitment to go into this 4 major Ngondro retreat, like which Gelug through Langsokapa lineage and the Nyingma Kanyo Sanya, they all have. One thing is you need to receive instruction, and the instruction from someone who have received the instruction, and we call Ngondro. In one way we call Ngondro teaching is Shi, or there are many other Ngondros also, but the very basic one, Ngondro teaching Shi, the great commentary or the instruction on the 4 major Ngondros. So even tonight, I will regard that. I think we went briefly. Tomorrow is just expanding. So those of you who cannot turn out tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and also those who are online, you all can do this retreat. Then also there's a short transcript, which is not fully edited one, but it can serve as an instruction or like a note for you. So maybe we will share with you all. So you can use that. It's very clear guidance there. And then also the Langri Tangpa Center, Mifi, she said that I think at least once a month she's going to facilitate to do a group sessions. I don't know, 1 session or whole day, I have no idea. So those who are living in this Brisbane area, you can find time to join if you like. Or and I think also you will have online, so you can also participate online. And once in a while you can come together and do like that. So in short, the commitment is that you have to complete 110,000. Actually, 100,000 is the commitment, but 10,000 in case there's any limitation, counting, etc. So 110,000, and you can accommodate more than that, 10, 20, 30,000. Was it millions? So up to you. So, but minimum 110,000, and minimum 1 session a day. Minimum 1 session. So in order to be within the retreat boundary, so 1 session a day. There won't be physical boundary. The physical boundary, normally when you do retreat, you will have a retreat of physical retreat, verbal retreat, then also the motivational retreat. And there's environmentally, and you need to have a boundary. But for this one, is open retreat. So we are not doing like lock-up kind of like serious retreat. So this is open retreat, and don't even need to prepare the cushion. If you have, you can do it. Otherwise, no need. So I've explained it, not everything that you read it there. So you can, if you're a frequent flyer, then you can. You really don't have time to set your feet on the ground. Then you can even do the session in the airplane. So it's also okay. You can do it in the hotel. So basically, wherever you be, you can do, even in the garden, at home. So there's not next time when we do the high school tantric retreat, then and also the next year the Vajrasattva retreat start, then there has to be slightly more discipline, and in some cases the Vajrasattva were done first. So I purposely put Vajrasattva at the second time. So those who can manage to do the refuge, then you are sure ready for the Vajrasattva. So like that. Yeah. So whenever you recite the practice, during the session, even if it's 5 minutes, so you cannot talk, you cannot have any conversation. You need to retreat your conversation. You need to also sit, one station, one sitting, and the recitation also have to be, continuous. Then you just dedicate. You can dedicate also. Just dedicate simply with the Chitta, or you can do extended dedication like that. So it's as simple as like that. Okay. So more detail I will speak tomorrow, and I think we will record, isn't it, so that you can hear from there also. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Geshe, could you just lead us again in the refuge prayer just a few times so we can get started tonight?
Oh yeah. So the refuge mantra or refuge prayer. So there's again, the common refuge from the common vehicles or the common path, which is normally we chant Sangye either like go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That's the one. Or you can recite this Sangye Chodam Sangye Chodam, the refuge Buddhist prayer, the 4-line refuge Buddhist prayer. The first 2 lines is about the refuge. And you can also choose to do the refuge and Buddhist retreat together. So if you want to combine both together, then you recite Sangye Chodam Sangye Chodam, Sanju Bado Dane Jasu Dagi Chiso Jibe Sona Dola Penje Sangye Drupal Shop. So you accumulate this 110,000, and you can accomplish both refuge and bodhicitta. So just a refuge, Lamala Japsuchi, was it Sanjala Japsuchi, Chola Japsuchi, Kindula Japsuchi, Sanjala Japsuchi, Chola Japsuchi, Kindula Japsuchi. I go refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then, if you do this in relation to the Vajrayana practice, the tantric practice, tantric refuge, then I go for refuge to Guru, I go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and meditation of deity, and also including the Dharma protectors. So, Lama Lakyajo, Sanja Chula Jajo, Vidula Jajo, Idam Jigoji, Haso Kota Chebana Lakyajo, Bengo Dama, Chekyo, Suma Ishiki, Chenda Nebana Lakyajo. So this is the one. So this will complete the most extended refuge, which very much come from the even High Sukhi Tantra in relation to High Sukhi Tantra practice. So you practice refuge in relation to Guru, to serve the Guru Yoga practice. Then Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Yidam, the meditation of deity, Lama Yidam, Sangye Chansen, Pao Kadu. Then Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, Dakinis, then also the Dharma protectors. So again, in my note already put, is there. So you can choose which one you want to do.
Thank you.
So then, so I think we'll discuss tomorrow with the refuge. There are specific cause of which define these different stages of refuge. The different purposes based on the practice, based on the different purposes, define the common refuge. The refuge in relation to Sarvaka Buddha, Padyaka Buddha, refuge in relation to the Maya Sutrayana, Refuge in relation to Tantra. So there's many different levels that you can learn. So we'll go through tomorrow. Thank you very much. Good night.